I've graded all the quarterbacks except for rookie QBs. If they haven't played a full season of games. Like I didn't rank Drake May, Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, or Anthony Richardson. Because Richardson got hurt last year and he's hurt again this year, and he just came back recently. He hadn't even played 10 games. So I don't feel like I can accurately place them in a tier given that I haven't seen them play enough.
They haven't played like 10 games.
Yeah, like I love what Jaden Daniels has done, but I haven't seen enough to where I can say he should be with this group of quarterbacks yet.
So this is based more on just this season then, right?
No.
Oh, it's just
it. So I've taken into account their history and stuff as well. What I think it's what they are currently, right? How I view them at this moment, but their history does take into account. Like I have Mahomes higher than what he just has done this year because he's Mahomes. Like I know he's better than what he's played right now. So I've got him higher than what you
then bottom tier.
Yeah, his numbers would suggest he should be at the bottom, but we all know that he's better than that. So in the F tier, and if you're in the F tier, then I view you as you shouldn't be a starter anymore.
You should be bent. The coach needs to pull you.
You should be a backup.
A backup,
or should you not even be in the league?
A backup, or some of these guys shouldn't even be in the league.
Okay. Who's the next?
We got Deshaun Watson, who shouldn't be in the league anymore. He needs to be gone. I've got Will Levis / Mason Rudolph because they keep shuffling who's in the game for the Titans. But I think we've seen enough of Will Levis to know that he ain't it. He might be a backup somewhere, but he threw 8 interceptions in like 4 games. So I think we know that he's not it. Daniel Jones. Everybody knows how I feel about Daniel Jones.
Do we? I don't know. I don't know if that made it in. That might have been the episode that I ended up corrupting because I messed the audio up when you ranted about Daniel Jones.
I'm going to give one stat about Daniel Jones that I saw to tell you all you need to know. He hasn't thrown a touchdown pass at home since 2022.
He's treating them Giants fans. Those home fans coming out.
Those fans have not seen him throw a touchdown pass in their building since 2022.
And how much are they paying him?
Like 30-something million.
Even if they gave him the league minimum, they're paying him too much.
No, but they gave him an outrageous deal.
And Bryce Young is the last one in the F tier. I think I've seen enough of Bryce Young that I'm like, he's not it. He can't see the field. He doesn't process information very fast. He's not very accurate. He's going to be injury prone. I think that the Panthers whiffed on the pick big time, and they gave up so much to trade up to do that. The Bears won that trade in a landslide. No matter what you think about Caleb Williams, he's better than Bryce Young is already. So
okay, who's next?
That's my F tier.
Yeah, I can agree with all those. They're all trash.
D tier. So if you're in D tier, I view you as a bridge quarterback, a veteran that a team can bring in for like a year or two. You could use them like if you wanted to let your rookie quarterback sit for a year and they can kind of keep you afloat. Or if you have a really good defense, you might be able to compete for the playoffs.
Maybe they're like a serviceable backup type mentor player.
You're not going to win a Super Bowl with any of these guys anymore. So I got Russell Wilson. At this point, he's no longer a Super Bowl quarterback.
He played pretty well, though, Sunday. That was just one game.
We have seen guys play well for one game.
That's true.
So, take it with a grain of salt.
And Justin Fields was playing really well with the Steelers. So I wonder how much of that is Tomlin's system.
The Steelers can get to the playoffs with Russell Wilson because he's a veteran. He knows how to play. They have a great defense, but they're not going to win a Super Bowl with him.
All right.
So there's just no way. I got Gardner Minshew with the Raiders. He's one of those guys that he bounces from team to team. He's like this era's Ryan Fitzpatrick. He plays for a year. He can give you a game or two where he plays well, but he's not going to. He's not going to be a long-term solution.
Yeah.
This is going to be controversial.
I
got Sam Darnold here because I have not seen enough this year.
Seen enough this year? He's played 7 games.
So, he played 6 years of awful football. I need more than 6 games before I'm willing to say, yes, you should take him long-term.
How many, let's see. Yeah, he's been in the league. Ooh, he came in the league with Baker.
Yeah.
And he played
but 1,300 yards. He has 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. That's playing well.
6 years of bad play.
His 6 years were with the Jets and the Panthers, 2 teams that don't deserve to be in the league. You won't rate these. Kick them out and promote the XFL teams.
The Jets didn't make
Jets have a long history.
Do some of the horrible throws that he did, though. I mean, he's been bad for 6 years. Multiple coaches, multiple systems, all kinds of receivers. I just need more. I'm not saying he can't move up. So we could do another tier list some other time, but he might move up. But I need more than 6 games to move him up.
Well, and he could just at any moment fall off the cliff. You don't know.
He's on pumpkin watch.
Yeah, well, and it's also
stop saying pumpkin watch.
It's just like
it goes with Halloween.
It's just like it's just like the Eagles. The Eagles the Eagles were winning all those games. No, he just like last year. Was it last? They started the season off. They're like 7-0. They win.
Last year even. Yeah.
They're undefeated. Everybody's like, "Ooh," and then they just lose like 6 in a row or so. I mean,
they quit. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying these teams. You could get off to a hot start like the Vikings, and then just boom. Fall off. I mean, he could start throwing picks like crazy, and we'll see.
I will bet you that the Vikings don't keep him long term.
All right.
And the last one in that tier, we kind of got off track. Last one's Geno Smith. I know people love Geno Smith, like that he's a good story, that he's kind of come back. And
this is a D?
Yeah.
Leads the league in yards this year.
He's got excellent receivers.
Yeah, I got the QB stats up.
He's got an excellent running game. And he puts up yards, but he's still, like, every time I watch him,
what's with these?
I don't fear him. He doesn't. He throws a lot of interceptions, and do you really think the Seahawks are going to go anywhere with him as their quarterback?
What's his touchdowns and interceptions this year so far?
8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
8 and 6.
So he's just kind of he's just a guy, and he's got a great supporting cast. So he's just a guy. He's not going to take you to the promised land. I think as long as he's in Seattle, they're destined to win anywhere between 7 to 10 games.
Okay, I agree with that. They're not going to make a long run in the playoffs, but I don't know. The way he's played the last couple of years, like up to a C, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe I did wrestle with that, so I can see that because the C tier is what you would call they're just average. Okay. The average quarterbacks, they're serviceable starters. They're long-term starters. They're just serviceable guys. You could make the playoffs with them. You could conceivably win a Super Bowl with them if you have a superstar team around them.
Okay.
Like an absolute stud.
Well, you got the best defense in the league.
Yeah, you got great defense. You got great receivers. You got a great O-line. You could potentially get there.
Okay. Who are they? This
is
your C.
We got Tua in there. I think if the Dolphins had a great defense, they could actually make a deep run. But I don't think that he could elevate the guys around him.
It's hard to rate Tua because he hasn't had enough games in a row to really get like momentum and see how he plays. I feel like he's a hard one.
He played all
last year, but it's like he's coming off some pretty serious injuries a lot of times, and this
might be the last tier list he's on because we may never see him play again.
Yeah, Tua is a tough one. I don't think he's not like a great quarterback or anything, but the thing is, when he has been hurting out, the Dolphins are horrible.
Yeah, but
I mean, you know what I mean.
They throw it out there, Skylar Thompson out there.
But I mean, they're substantially less.
Yes, I agree with that.
When he's gone, they're not nearly.
But when you go from serviceable starter, which is what I think he is. I'm not saying he shouldn't be in the league or
anything. Yeah.
He's a serviceable starter, and you go from him to like one of the worst backup quarterbacks in the league. You're gonna have a big drop.
I agree. That's probably good. See,
I got Trevor Lawrence because
he's been up and down.
He's super streaky. I watch him play, and he'll make a throw, and I'm like, dang, it's a tough throw.
Right.
And then he'll have 2 or 3 awful throws, and then he'll fumble the ball, and I'm like, man, this guy's got so much potential, but it doesn't look like he's ever going to realize it. And he might be destined for a Jay Cutler type career. A guy that, he's got a strong arm, he can make a lot of throws. You could even see a game where he throws for 350 yards because he just gets hot and hits a lot of throws in a row. I don't think the Jaguars have a great supporting cast around him right now. I think he'd probably be a little bit better if they got some good receivers. But right now, he's a C tier. And if maybe he develops a little bit more, he can move up. But that's where I've got him right now. I've got Aaron Rodgers right now, he's fallen all the way down to a C tier for me. I think that in the right situation, he's still got the intelligence and some accuracy that he could still be a serviceable starter in the league. But the days of him winning MVPs and slinging the ball all over the field, or making guys around him better, is over.
Yeah.
Is he 40 or 30?
He's 40.
No, he's 40.
He's gonna be 41. I think.
Yeah, I mean, 40 is that's just hard in professional sports when you hit 40. Only like Tom Brady could do that. Yeah. So.
We got Dak Prescott.
I'm surprised you have him that high.
See, again, he's a serviceable starter. He's serviceable.
He's all right.
Yeah. They've been competent with him. He's competent. They get to the playoffs, and they don't get much further.
They don't get anywhere. Well, he certainly doesn't deserve the money he's getting.
No, I think that's why he gets such a bad rep. He's paid as the top quarterback, but he's really in the 13 to 18 range of quarterbacks. Right. He's just kind of he's okay, but he gets a bad rep because of the money he makes. And I also got Kirk Cousins in here. He's the definition of just he's average. He's all right. Yeah. And next we got Derek Carr. I have Derek Carr higher than some people probably would. I've always liked Derek Carr. I think you see what happened to the Saints actually when he went down with an injury, falling apart. But I think he's a serviceable starter. And this next guy, I don't like him at all because of his work ethic, but he's got a lot of talent. You see the speed, and it's Kyler Murray.
Oh.
He's got, I watched him play against the Chargers, and he took off, and he just outran everybody and ran like a 33-yard touchdown. You see like the raw talent that he's got, but he's got no work ethic, and he just seems like he whines a lot.
Just,
I don't like him, but I do think that he's in the right situation. You could say he's a serviceable starter. He's competent.
That rating might change because Black Ops 6 comes out this weekend.
Does it?
This Friday's Black Ops 6 release.
It's true. When Black Ops is coming out, he's F tier.
We had to put him down a few tiers.
And this
is the last. With his, he'll probably never reach his potential.
No, I don't think so.
With his natural ability.
This is the last one in the C tier. I wrestled with this one a long time because I like him as a person, and I'm hoping he proves me wrong and keeps moving up. But it's Brock Purdy. He's really struggled his last 8 games. Going back to last year, he's struggled. He's not.
Was it?
He's been fine. He's been fine when he doesn't have all of his players around. He doesn't have McCaffrey and Ayuk and Deebo Samuel and Kittle. Those 4. When he's got all 4 of those guys,
right,
he's awesome.
Right.
But I think a lot of these guys in this tier would be awesome with all 4 of those guys.
So,
when one of them's down, he's not nearly.
Was that Nick Wright that put that
third in yards?
Yeah, he put a stat up that
when they're out.
Yes.
What his record is and what his yards and stuff are compared to when they're in, and it's a drastic difference. Yeah.
And I think you'd see a lot of these guys in this tier, in this category. I think you'd see Prescott and Cousins and even Aaron Rodgers. I think if they were surrounded with receivers and stuff like that they would put up numbers. Tua is a good example. He has those receivers and he puts up numbers. So I think I've got Purdy in the C tier, but he's probably at the top of the C tier.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep going.
All right, now we go to the
stats.
Now we go to the B tier, and for this tier, it's
So this is B.
Yeah, these are good quarterbacks, good to great quarterbacks. There's only 11 quarterbacks left actually, so we're almost to the top 10. And really, any of these quarterbacks in the B tier, if you want to make an argument that they're top 10, I ain't gonna really argue with you because I think any of them could be considered top 10. They all have a good case for it. I think that you can win a Super Bowl with these guys in the right situation. I think you still need a decent supporting cast around them for them to do that, but they're not because they're not the very tippity top, but they're very good quarterbacks. So I got Justin Herbert. I know you're not a big fan of Justin Herbert.
No, he's okay. I just don't people act like some people want to act like he's one of the top 5 or something quarterbacks.
24th in yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception.
No, they're running the ball a lot. He's not turning the ball over this year, but they got no receivers. I watched them play, I think it was last night, and they got no receivers. Yeah. They had half a dozen drops, and he still threw for 350 yards. Yeah. Because they got rid of Keenan Allen, they got rid of Mike Williams, so they're really in rebuild mode there. I think if they go out and get a veteran receiver in the offseason and draft a receiver, they'll be in good shape.
And they should have traded for Amari Cooper.
He's too old.
Okay.
I'd like to get a guy that's more in line with Herbert's age. He's pretty young still. So.
Jamar Chase.
No, we need Jamar. I got Jalen Hurts, and he's on the verge of moving down because he's struggling.
Yeah,
I'm clinging to that Super Bowl that he appeared in. He did great in, but he's on the verge of moving down. He's probably at the lower part of this tier, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't
he
think
probably should be in
he's
the
not.
C.
He's not leaps and bounds better than Purdy by any stretch.
No, he needs.
I'm
to
hoping
drop.
that if Sirianni gets fired, we can see maybe him go back up a little bit. Maybe it's the coaching that's causing problems.
I don't
but
know. Yeah.
I got Jordan Love. I like Jordan Love a lot.
Like he's doing it.
He's up there with Baker in touchdowns, who's also coincidentally right next to him.
But it's list. It's really I like Jordan Love. It's fine. He's good. Being a Browns fan, it is a little annoying to me that the Packers now have just got 3 quarterbacks in a row that are good or awesome. And the Browns have gone 20 years. So anyway.
Well, to be fair, the Packers also take time to develop the quarterbacks. You could
but nobody.
The Browns.
Yeah, but nobody.
The Browns also had Baker Mayfield, and they let him go.
Yeah, that's true.
Also,
but anyway.
right here on this list. So Baker and Love, I think, go hand in hand because they're both like at the top of the league in touchdowns. They both also have thrown a lot of interceptions. So I think that they both got decent supporting casts around them. They both, I think, you can win a Super Bowl with them if you have the right team around them. So, and they're both pretty young. They both could get better.
I do want to see.
They could move up.
I'm a Baker fan. I love Baker, but I do want to see what he does here in the next couple weeks without Godwin and Evans.
Which goes.
I want to see what
person,
happens
because I got Stafford on here as the B tier because all his receivers are hurt right now.
Yeah, what's up with that?
They can't stay healthy. They can't stay healthy.
There's so many injuries.
Yeah, it's been
this
bad.
year. It's bad.
We've been saying the last couple of years though, there are a lot of injuries in the league. They just keep saying they made the game safer, but they keep getting hurt.
Yeah, I don't think they're prepping good enough.
But I got Stafford here. I think that he wasted most of his career in Detroit, but he's been a very good quarterback to great quarterback most of his career, and he got to show it the one year at the Rams when they got the Super Bowl and they won it. I still think he could do that if they had the same team, but they're not healthy and they don't have Aaron Donald anymore, so the defense isn't as good.
This is a little off topic because you're talking about their injuries and who they have. Why is there talk of them wanting to trade Cooper Kupp? Have you seen that?
The belief is Stafford might retire at the end of this year. He's like 37.
And Cooper Kupp seems to get hurt too, but anyway, because there's people talking about maybe the Bucs should go get him, but I don't know. He probably just come to the Bucs and get hurt.
If the Rams, he's hurt right now.
He's hurt right now. Yeah.
If the Rams lose this week, they might fold their tents and start trading people.
Yeah. Okay.
The last one.
So Stafford, I like Stafford. But he's not the young pup anymore though. He's starting to.
Yeah. He seems like retire.
He's been around forever.
Yeah. Next. Yes, yeah.
Last guy on this list. On the B tier.
The B tier.
Adam probably going to be mad at me at this, but I got Jared Goff.
Why would I be mad on Jared Goff?
I don't know. You've been a Jared Goff supporter since the last.
You want him up higher?
I mean, seems right in that B tier.
Yeah, they got a great O-line, and they got good receivers. I love the coaching staff that they've got.
Goff's hovering right around that 10th mark, like number 10 in the league. Not 9, 10 in every stat except for I don't know what the interceptions are, but he's 9th in yards. He has 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Yeah. Good completion percentage. Okay. Like he's right.
Yeah, so that's it. And then now I'll go to the A tier. These are your top 5 quarterbacks in the league. These are what you would call the elite quarterbacks that you typically make the team around them better. If you have just an average team around them, you should get to the playoffs. We got Lamar Jackson. I know you're not a fan, but
I know. It's hard to say he shouldn't be. But...
Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, C.J. Stroud. That's the 4 I got in this. And then I have in his own tier, S tier, is Mahomes. Until proven otherwise, he's in a tier of his own.
Until they lose this year at this point.
7 of the last 10 Super Bowls were won by Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes, and Brady's not in the league anymore. So, to me, it's Mahomes' league until somebody knocks him off the mountain. He's played terrible, and they still haven't lost. It's hard for me to move him down at all. So I've got him at the top. And then those other 4 guys, you see them play. I think that Burrow has a really bad offensive line, a really bad defense, and they're still 3-4, and they got a chance to claw their way back into the playoffs because of how well he's played. And it's hard to deny C.J. Stroud's up and coming prowess.
Yeah.
And I like Josh Allen a lot too. They don't have the receivers this year.
You got C.J. Stroud in the A though.
Yeah, I got him in the A right now.
Yeah. I mean, I like C.J. Stroud, but I don't know if
he's been pretty good.
Top 5.
I don't know. A little debate. Who would you swap? Who would your fifth
And don't
be?
say Baker.
Because it seems like you agree that those other 4, the Mahomes, Lamar,
I don't
Josh,
know.
And,
I haven't really thought about it that much.
4.
I mean, I like C.J. Stroud. I haven't really thought about it that much. I never thought of him as... I mean, yeah, Mahomes...
It's tough, right? It's not as deep as the league used to be.